hello and welcome. Insurance can be a tough business, particularly managing the risk end of it. On the other hand, technology is helping the business grow. It's helping access new customers and helping people like you and me understand the product better and of course transact with the product better. I'm now joined by Dr. Nandagopal, Managing Director and CEO of IndiaFirst Insurance. He's going to tell us about how it's more technology and less insurance in some ways.
Well, I think when I look at insurance, the very core aspect of insurance is, you are making a promise to the customer which will be redeemed after a number of years. So the promise what you make, needs to be understood by the customer properly. So when I'm talking to you and making that pitch, it's all essentially a number of words, and those things can be better demonstrated to the customer through videos and several other things, and customer can track. The way we looked at it is, we are analyzing the cost structure of the insurance. We are a new company. We just set up our business 4 years back, and there are very, very big leading players in the industry. And we are thinking that how do we actually create a different customer experience. So the insurance being a product which is not well understood, we looked at the reasons why it is not well understood, because it's very complicated and it is sometimes delivered in a very opaque fashion. Transparency is always the victim. So we thought that if we can make the product very simple, very efficiently delivered, and then back it up with an honest service, and that product will become better, and also make sure that the price is fair to the customer.
So tell me, even if I were to look back at the LIC days, and this is a question that can be asked every now and then, right? From the time that you had agents really selling, and of course you have agents even today selling for private sector, to what extent has the transition progressed, or to where has this whole thing moved?
I think the agents still continue to play a very dominant role, but they are also getting enabled by technological platforms like tablet PCs, mobile phone applications and all that. But a substantial part of the insurance, let us look at the term insurance, which is the basic death insurance. In case somebody wants to buy that, it has the risk of dying too young. That insurance is almost now about 90% moved to the digital platform. People buy it online, and they compare, and there are platforms, web aggregators who compare. The prices of the thing, they'll compare.
So when you say 90%, is it of the whole market?
Of that particular segment. That product segment
including
is almost
LIC and so on.
Including LIC. In fact, LIC recently launched an online version also. Okay. So most of the companies, who are selling that product have an online digital platform. So they are selling that. But I also see that the other aspects of insurance, like health insurance, will move slowly. Then even savings related insurance will move. So I do not see that it's not just only about internet. It is also about leveraging technology even in our normal brick and mortar branches. You can have kiosks, which are we have kiosks which are really stationed in our branches, so people can touch the screens and then look at the policy values. So every distribution channel, not just the internet, not just the mobile platform, everything can be strengthened further with a digital
So can you tell us a couple of things that you're doing at the back end, maybe understanding the consumer better, and what you would do to perhaps deliver different or better service?
Okay, so the back end we are looking at two things. No technology will really work unless the design itself changes. The design of customer service and process is almost centuries old. The customer, how the customer is prospected, and then how do you service the customer through policies and administration system, it is all very archaic. So we looked at the design. Is it the way the customer wants to really to be approached? So that design re-engineering is a back-end process which we've done. So we looked at essentially there are 4 steps. You onboard the customer, you service the customer, you make a payment to the customer, and you maintain a lifelong relationship. There are 4 stages. So in the 4 stages, it can be a simple assembly line kind of a thing where that things can be passed on to the next person, and their service level standards can be fixed up. That is the first part. Then the second thing is, every touch point there is a data trail the customer leaves. Insurance companies essentially have mortality data, morbidity data, and they take decisions based on that. But there are so many other data trails, fingerprints customer leaves in his interaction. You don't capture that. So we are working on ensuring that those data points are also captured. So this is a back-end process. Based on that, our decisions will be much more comprehensive, much more reliable.
And what's happening on, what will this result in if I am the consumer wanting to actually buy a product or whatever? Is it going to be the speed? Is it going to be the ease?
The speed and ease are hygienic factors. If those things are not there, obviously you will not come to an insurance company at all. And then it is relative also. Speed means when previously it used to take about 6 months to get your claim settled. Now, of course, it's 30 days, and we are settling in 48 hours. So that is a relative speed. But once the speed relative hygienic factor is established, you look at more important things like what is the actual proposition, is it beneficial to you. The power of the proposition cannot be just a speed or efficiency. Speed and efficiency are actually hygienic factors. You take them for granted over a period of time. You'll have to look at, I mean, for this money which I am paying it, am I getting the very true value? So it is ultimately the excess of benefits over the cost which you pay, and the benefits will be more when your costs come down through the technological interface.
Right. So to conclude, what are the broad trends you're seeing from a consumer point of view, as in from a consumption point of view? As in, are you what's the sort of overall pickup in terms of term, non-term policies? Do you see any other trends in terms of the quantum of insurance?
Three trends are happening clearly. I think people are buying them in simplified insurances now. That's term insurance, or even without any bells and whistles. And those products are very easily, that can be transferred to the digital platform. That's one trend which is coming up. The second thing is existing distribution channels also, which are clearly previously brick and mortar, human intervention, supervision, training is also always classroom intense and all. Now those things are also happening, moving towards the technological channels. So that means the physical channel also will, to a very large extent, leverage the power of technology, will become more efficient in terms of cost, in terms of delivery. And I think over a period of time, I mean, the technological power will be such that, you know, people will buy insurance through the mobile phones, they will buy from various kiosks, they will buy bundled products, simplified plans. And insurance will perhaps not come as just one single standalone product. It will come as a sort of a wraparound with any of the products which you buy.
Like buying an airline ticket and getting an insurance.
Correct. Yes, we have a product called Travel Life. We are working on that. I mean, something like, so everything. For example, you are buying a car. We have a Auto Life. That means along with the car insurance, you'll also wrap around your life thing.
Right. That sounds interesting. And last question, really, what's your outlook for the year ahead?
This the year is anyway coming to conclusion within less than 30 days. The year forward, 2014, I am always, I mean, a very, very optimistic person. I think tomorrow will always be brighter than yesterday. So I believe that everything will fall in place. I mean, the mood and the power of the entrepreneurial class of this country will definitely leverage the true potential of this country. I do not think that, I mean, the shortcomings of the current economic problems will forever be there. The inherent strength of the economy will definitely be leveraged.
And that's a good note to conclude. Thank you so much, Dr.
My pleasure.